In Travel Watch, after more than a year of lockdowns and with vaccines now widely available, more Americans are ready to take a trip this summer. But a lot has changed since last spring. Traveling in the U.S. or abroad might be different from what you may remember. And this month's issue of Travel and Leisure magazine has plenty of tips to help tourists navigate their post-pandemic excursions and adventures. Joining us now to discuss all things summer travel is the magazine's editor-in-chief, Jacqui Gifford. Thank you so much for joining us. I know, Vlad, you and your wife kind of went through this whole thing when you were trying to figure out where you could go and where you want to go, and finding some place that meets in the middle.
Yeah, and Jacqui helped me. Figure it out.
There you go.
Yes,
so we know that fully vaccinated Americans can travel domestically without having to be tested or quarantining, but it's definitely different if you want to travel outside of the country. It can get pretty tricky. So what are some of the things to keep in mind when you're considering your vacation abroad?
Well, actually, Anne-Marie, on our site, we have a whole list of countries where Americans can go. It also lists the State Department, level of warning. I think the important thing to consider is, this is a whole new world, right? So if you decide to take a trip abroad, there are definitely new measures that you have to consider. Some countries are requiring, obviously, testing before, testing on the ground, or proof of vaccination. I think a lot of Americans are really excited to go to Europe this summer. There are definitely countries that are opening up. France is opening up around June 9th. Italy, people have been going. I've been seeing them on social media, but it's not one size fits all. Every country has different regulations, and frankly, they could change depending upon the public health situation on the ground. So a couple other tips I recommend: getting travel insurance to protect your investment on your trip, especially if you're going abroad. Think about using a travel advisor because they're staying up to date on all the things that are changing. It's an ever-evolving situation. And also a lot of those flexible fares that we were seeing, some of that sticking around, but also if you're buying that basic economy fare, we're seeing that the flexible cancellation policy is just not in place anymore. So again, just do your research. If you need some extra help, go to a travel advisor, and also just be comfortable and try to have a great time. With travel, we've gone from, I call it like 0 to 60. Nobody was on the road, and now everybody wants to be on the road. And it's a really interesting time because people are excited. They had all these trips that they missed last year, and they're excited to be with friends and family. We're seeing a lot of family reunions happen, so it's very encouraging.
Jacqui, one of the things you and I talked about earlier this year, and it's a good sort of segue to what people should be thinking about if they want to travel abroad, before we talk about within the United States, do you recommend that for some places that have certain COVID restrictions where you have to fill out forms, where you have to submit tests, that you work with a travel agent, or do you feel comfortable that most people can do this on their own if they just sort of figure out what's what? I think it can be a little complicated, but should people take on the extra expense of having somebody professionally do it for them, or you think it's pretty cut and dry for most people to do on their own?
I think it depends on, that's a great question, Vlad. I think it depends upon the sort of the nature of the trip. How many people are going? Are you looking for extra help in terms of securing a villa or a special accommodation? Do you have people in your party that have dietary restrictions and you just need extra attention on the ground? It's really everybody's level of comfort. I think having a travel advisor, though, in your corner is really important. In general, just to have somebody to help you if your flight gets canceled and you need extra help booking something new. It's just that level of comfort. I think it's an important investment, but also, as things open up and, if you're taking a road trip, from one state to another, maybe that's not something where you would need a travel advisor because it's fairly cut and dry. Hotels have really relaxed their cancellation policies and, a lot of people, I think, are starting, again, they're taking those first steps out there and they're getting a little bit more comfortable. But if you're planning something logistically challenging abroad, I do think it's important to have somebody as your advocate.
So let's talk about, vacationing here in this country. What are some of the places that might be good for a summer destination, particularly maybe if you're watching your budget a bit?
Yeah, well, look, I'm in New York. I love New York City. I think what's really interesting is that the city is feeling alive. It's feeling great right now. And there's a lot of new cultural attractions that have opened up. So you've got Little Island on the Hudson. This is this new public park that was designed by Heatherwick Studio. It's a collaboration between Barry Diller and the Hudson River Trust. I think it's an amazing thing. I expect to see it on everybody's Instagram feed this summer. I mean, look how cool that is, right? You've also got the Edge at Hudson Yards, which is another great place to have views. There's also been hotels that have opened in New York City. We've got the Rockaway Hotel, which made Travel and Leisure's IT list of the best new hotels this year. Also, I should add that the city is waiving its occupancy tax this summer. So that's an extra savings for tourists who are, need an incentive to come. Restaurants are booming. We're seeing there's a new hotel opening on Roosevelt Island called the Graduate Hotel. So, New York is feeling great. I think it's a good time to come and support the city and try all these amazing local restaurants. Outdoor dining is still going on, which is really encouraging too.
So the way that people are planning their trips too is sort of changing, Jacqui, along with everything else. Tell us about some of the travel trends that you're seeing this summer.
Sure. There's so many. And again, a lot of this is just, it's all new, right? Everybody is getting back out there for the first time. One thing, it's either long-term planning and really quick getaways. So people are saying, okay, I'm booking a trip for 2023. This is going to be the safari I've always wanted to take, or a trip to Italy. This has been my dream. Or they're booking something really quick last minute, whether because they see a deal or they just see an opening in their calendar. I mean, the remote work environment has really had an impact on travel. And what we've seen is that people are able to work really wherever, and hotels have benefited from that. And they're offering extended stay options. Vacation rentals are continuing to be hugely popular because people just want that extra space. They want kitchens. They want to cook. They want to be with their family in a larger home. And also, national parks are really still trending. I mean, look, we all discovered the beauty of the United States and what we can find in our own backyard. And I think national park travel will remain big this summer and going into the fall. And we should just be optimistic and really support some of these travel businesses that really were hurting last year, but they need all the love they can get.
It's I'm so excited for this summer. The one thing I will say, Jacqui, is have you noticed that there is an increase? We talked about budget-friendly plans that people can make, but it feels like even what might have been considered budget 2 years ago, before the pandemic, is out of control now because people have a little money to burn if they were lucky enough to hold on to their jobs and to save some money. And I was telling Anne-Marie that normally, and I think I told you this, Jacqui, that normally we try to go away to Nantucket every year, and I generally we get the same house, and with my family and my siblings, and we usually book it in early March. And this year I tried to book it in January, and the agent was like, everything's gone, including the house that you guys have gotten for the last 5 years in a row, because everybody. So in other words, what was a sort of an affordable house for a group of 10 people is now we're looking at places that are just much more expensive because I guess people feel they can charge that.
Yes, this is a trend, and I think what's interesting is, you're right, travel, again, has gone from 0 to 60. Nobody was traveling. Rates were really affordable. Now we're seeing this amazing demand for vacation rentals, hotels, because people were starved of this. So the prices are going up. But I think, the important thing to consider is what you should try, and if you really do want to take that milestone trip and the prices aren't great right now, try and book a little bit of a longer lead, think in a couple years down the road. And also look, the overall demand for travel, the other thing to keep in mind, there's only so many hotels and accommodations, and now you have everybody who wants to do it. I've seen this amazing picture of the Stables Inn. That's in Paso Robles. That's a new hotel that made the IT list. It's in California, in wine country. Be flexible. That's another good point, Vlad. Be flexible. I think if you really are wanting to take a trip and you're seeing that the dates aren't working and it's too expensive, just try and call the hotel, work with them a little bit. But you're right. I think prices are going up. We're seeing prices go up for airfare as well. And whereas, just a few months ago, things were relatively affordable. It's just because there's so much pent up demand. People want to travel.
Jacqui, where are those photos of the glamping that Paul Joyner took? Where was that? Because I want to go there.
Yeah, that glamping. So we, the Great Smoky It's in Tennessee. They have this amazing company called Under Canvas. They have properties all around the country and national parks. And what I love about them is they kind of take glamping to the next level. They've got these beautiful tents. There's a range of prices though, because you could have some that are more affordable, some that are more, more expensive. And then there's also Big Cedar Lodge, which is in the Ozark Mountains. They've got amazing tents and accommodations. Again, a wide range of things to suit families. They just debuted these new cottages at Buffalo Ridge, cabins at Camp Long Creek. So I think that the cool thing that we're seeing is the demand to be in the great outdoors is not going away. And properties are building new things for people to check out, which I want to go glamping. Everybody wants to go and sort of breathe freely outside and have a great summer. So definitely look out for new products. I mean, our IT list is all the best new hotels in the world, and we had over 70 properties make the list. So new places are opening even during this challenging time.
Fantastic. Jacqui Gifford,
and
always
there's good
great.
glamping in New York.
What?
Yes.
Upstate New York. There's lots of great glamping.
I thought you meant like in New York City. I was like, where are you going to glamp in New York City?
No,
yeah,
upstate New York
upstate.
has great glamping.
All right. I'm going to check it out. Jacqui Gifford, thank you very much. Appreciate it as always. The June issue of Travel and Leisure is available right now.